everybody, it's Chef Matt with the Yours Chef at Home series. Today I'm going to be making one of my family's favorites that's always a hit here, fondue. I know we're going throwback style here, back to the 70s, but we love going to the melting pot. That's one of our favorite places to eat for special occasions, and we try and make it at home. You can use wine, you can use broth, you can make it vegetarian. There's lots of ways to go with fondue. That's why it's such a fun thing to make, because you can really kind of pick and choose what you guys want to put and what kind of cheeses you like, and customize it, make it for your own. Today I'm going to make just a simple one. I'm just making a beer cheese fondue. Here's what I use to dip into the cheese: green apples, broccoli, carrots, sourdough bread. I went ahead and chopped these up and put them off to the side. Now we're going to make the cheese mix. You can use any melty cheese you have: Worcestershire, Tabasco, beer, garlic, shallot, and finally a little salt and pepper, and then some flour for the cheese. We got here, simple double boiler setup. Just got a pot of boiling water. It's got about this much water in it, and just another pan I'm going to use as a double boiler here. I got my beer. You can add a whole can of beer, 12 ounces. I prefer just a really light beer. I go with the cheap beer on this one just because you don't really want the beer to overpower the flavor. So we're going to add our beer in there. And next thing we're going to take our shallots. This is one shallot. Put that guy in there. I got a little bit of Tabasco. I don't kick it up too much, but just a little bit in there for good measure. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Right? You say that? Worcestershire? Worcestershire. I'm not sure how to say that. You guys let me know if I'm saying it right. A little of that guy in there. And I'm going to do a little bit of garlic in here as well. A teaspoonful, tablespoonful. And just a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. We're going to get this guy going and simmering. Just let all this come together. Cook those shallots down just a little bit. And we'll start on the next part here in a minute. This is our shallot and beer mixture. All right. So now we've got all of our veggies and everything prepped for our dipping. Over here, we've got our double boiler. It's just about starting to simmer here. I'm going to give that just a second longer here. And it's about ready to go. Want to take our cheese. You can use, again, any kind of cheese that you like. You can buy your own cheese and shred it up if you want. I have a lot of this cheese on hand, so I am using this. I got probably about 2 cups of cheese in here. And one thing you need to do, a very important step, is you want to give it a little sprinkle with some flour. This is going to help thicken up your sauce and make your cheese, you know, what you want. So, okay, so you just want your cheese in here. You just want to give it a nice toss. Just going to make sure all the cheese is coated with the flour. Like I said, this is going to help thicken up your fondue cheese sauce here, and it's also going to help it from sticking in there and forming one giant clump as you're whisking it in. So that's nice and tossed, just about ready. Now we just need to wait for that to come to a boil, and as soon as that is starting to simmer really nice and good, we can add our cheese in and start whisking this guy up. All right, so this is starting to come up to a boil here. This is not going to come to a raging boil like a normal pot of water is, because it's a double boiler. But we got our cheese going, or our liquid going, and we're going to slowly add in our cheese sauce here and whisk this up. So, oops, got my hands reversed. So put a little of that guy in. The beautiful part about this too is you can really kind of just eyeball it on the measurements for a lot of this stuff, and it's really forgiving. If you make it and your cheese sauce is really, really runny, means you got too much liquid, just add more cheese. And if your cheese sauce is really, really thick, means you don't have enough liquid, add more liquid. It's very easy, and I'll show you guys the consistency you're kind of going for here. You don't want to add all your cheese at one time because it's just going to seize up and turn into a big mess, and it's going to be terrible. And you're really just going just to get all this cheese in here that's melted down. Make sure there's no little strands left over anywhere. And there we go. That's what we're looking for. Nice gooey cheese. Let's see. Let's try it with a piece of bread and see what it looks like. I got one of my little handy dandy skewers here. Just gonna dip it in. Yes, that's exactly what you're looking for. And again, your choice of toppings or dipping items, your choice of cheese, your choice of liquid. There's a lot of room to play around with this and have some fun. Probably make fondue once a night and not have the same thing for a year practically. So, and another little trick too, I usually just bring this whole thing out. I put it on the table, you know, just a hot pad, don't burn the table, but I keep it in the double boiler because the cheese will start to thicken up really soon or quickly on its own. You do have a little portable burner or something like that outside you can use and just keep the double boil going. But other than that, enjoy.